Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a little build I'm going to walk you through today. This build is it's a game I built for my wife. She used it during VBS a few years ago. We had seen it while we were on a cruise, on a Carnival cruise. They do a game show called, I think it was Family Game Night. We saw it there and kind of liked the idea. The whole idea behind the game is they took a skee ball and kind of made it look like part of the operation game. So, you end up with you're rolling the ball up the play field. You kind of hit a little ramp and you're trying to get the ball to land into the organ cavities there of the poor guy that's on the game. I'm sure he has a name. I just don't know what it is. But anyway, so we started out. My wife decided, what she wanted to look like. So there's 3 pieces to the game of the play field itself. She drew it out and painted it all. The first part is the one you roll the balls on. It's kind of angled just a little bit. Basically, the art of the game for that piece is the feet, legs, and the shorts of the patient. And then, it's the next piece is the chest cavity that's got all the holes in it where the different organs go. You're trying to roll, get the ball to land in those. I guess the top piece is really just the head. So one thing we did learn is she drew it and painted it, and then I attempted to cut it apart, which it just really messed the paint up bad. Looking back, she should have just drawn it out. Then I could have known where to cut the boards, and we could have painted it afterwards. We did, before we separated the chest cavity and the head, we put some clear coat on it, and that really helped. But ideally, the way to do it would be to go ahead and paint it after you get everything cut. So definitely learned for next time. One thing I wanted to do with the head, I was going to take the nose and put in like an old school big red light, like the kind, with actual, not a LED, but the old kind of old school kind of lights. And then I was going to put a little blinking LED at the end of the thermometer just to be like, it's his temperature's kind of going over the limit there. But I waited till the last minute and didn't get a chance to get that done. So after the artwork's drawn, everything's ready with the play fields, you kind of go ahead and start building your box to put it in. I don't have the size of each piece. I kind of built this based on how big the play fields ended up being once they were cut and separated. You can see I really put a couple of pieces on each side to rest the play fields on to secure them into. Then I used my Craig jig, which I love, by the way. That thing has paid for itself 10 times over. Built the shell and built the pieces to hold it together. The Craig jig did a great job of holding everything together. And kind of as I had the box built, you can see all the different progress here. It's kind of hard to tell what's what until you can see it there. But for the ramp itself, I ended up using a clear sheet of a little strip of plexiglass there because I didn't want to have to repaint the artwork again, make 4 pieces. So I decided if I used clear plexi there, you could see the artwork through the ramp and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I kind of put the little triangles there to hold the plexiglass in place, and then I could try different angles with the plexi to see what would work perfect. I had bought the little wooden balls that I used for the skee ball portion, so I could test out rolling them up there and hitting the ramp and kind of see how that worked. Definitely before you try to put the plexi into place, drill some holes and try to countersink them as best you can, because that plexi it cracks very easily trying to put screws in it. I ended up having to make a few pieces after I'd cracked a couple trying to get them secured to the ramps or to the triangles there. Again, you can see all the little pieces going into place, and I get it. I understand it's hard to make out from these pictures what's what, but got a few more pictures of everything getting assembled. So we painted the back glass there the back glass, but behind the chest cavity is red. It was kind of the idea was to look like flesh or blood. Um, I used board that was very flexible, and that way I could get it wherever I wanted to, kind of bend it a little bit and get it where, the whole idea is we had to make a ball return. As the balls either went into the cavity or just rolled down the front of the play field, we had to return them back out the front. So you can kind of see what I did here. And then you can see I put a LED on the back of it. I have these two LEDs were stage lights. They were programmable, but I ended up just setting the dip switches so they were all red all the time, and shine those on the back, and it really made that red just stand out and pop. It looked really, really good. You can see how I angled the board to try to make the balls return. I made a little trough there, and then once the ball left the trough, it went into a PVC pipe and then just came back out the front. Nothing too complex there, but I thought it was a kind of a cool design. I used a hole saw to put the holes in the front and kind of run the PVC pipe through. My goal was to come back and put Operation Skeeball, a lot of text. I was going to cut out letters, like oversized letters, and go up at the very top above the head there. And, but like I said, it really, I waited late to do these about every year, every time I built some of these games, and I was doing them at the last minute, and I never really got time to finish everything I wanted. But, like I said, I'd wanted to put some lights in here, a light for the nose and a light for the end of the thermometer. And then I wanted to come back and have some kind of scoring system with an Arduino that would, probably control like some type of a score system. But, that would have been new to me and taken me quite a bit of time to figure out. But if I had it to do over, I would definitely do that. I would love to see pictures if any of you guys have done this. Please, send me a link to a video that you've seen where somebody else built the Operation Skeeball like this. This was one of my favorite builds from all the games that I built for my wife. I've got the Connect 4 video. I'll go ahead and link that. But I did that years ago, and then I did this one afterward. You can see from up here, I did a Battleship game. I did quite a few other games, a lot of spin type games where you spin a big wheel. Did some Matchy Madness type games. But anyway, I'll try to do some videos on some of those in the next few weeks. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hope y'all have a good day. Thanks.